Hi everyone, this is Diane. It is Sunday afternoon. I'm just going to have a short little stamping session, and yes, I have my full little basket of scraps here. I didn't sort them. I was going to sort them into strips and pieces and whatnot before I actually used it again, but I just haven't had time. So we're just going to see what we can come up with here. So what I decided to do, I just need to keep it simple today. I have had a hectic weekend and day today. So what I decided to do was I just pulled out some wooden block stamps from my drawer that is full of decorative element stamps. So some of them are corners and things that wouldn't really work for cutout images. They would work better if I was stamping them on an element or a page. But these I can make stamped elements that I can then store with my I'm sorry. I'm just having a hard time thinking right now. Store with my stamped element in my stash and just be able to glue them into a journal. So I have all of these images. I decided that I would like to just go one drawer at a time and take out elements and make stamped images. So that's what we're going to do today. And this is my decorative element page drawer. So I'm just going to pull some things out. Here's just a couple little pieces of pink. So I've got these hearts. I can stamp these hearts down. And I think I'll leave them on the square. Do some bigger ones. So if I want to make a journaling card or something with them, I can. And if I decide to cut them out when I want to use them, I can cut them out. So I have 3 black inks here because I can't remember which is the good one. I think it's one of the archivals. Can't even get the lid off. I'll stamp it on a scrap and see how it goes. It might have just been because I wasn't paying attention and didn't get the edge stamped. Maybe this just isn't a great stamp. I've had this a long time. You can probably tell it's a Mary Engelbreit design. Yeah, I just have to be careful. I think this stamp isn't flat. It probably rolls down on the edges. So I think this is the better ink pad. So I'm going to put these black ones aside. And I'm just going to try to stamp and get all of the edges down. And I think the best way to do that is to lay the card on top of it so I can press down. That looks good. So I can add color to that if I want to, but today I'm just stamping. This is an old magenta stamp. It was $7.45 back in the day, and it doesn't have a date on it. But I used to love magenta stamps. They were so detailed like this. I do not think that company is in existence anymore. That little edge isn't perfect. And that side is spotted. So I'm just going to let that one be. I have this piece of canvas. I could stamp that on, but do I want to use a color? No, I'm going to stamp it in black and then I can color it with paint or something. Watercolor paint later. This is an archival ink, so it can get wet. You guys enjoy seeing my collection of stamps. I do have an extensive collection of stamps. And so I thought, even though it's not a very crisp image because it is on canvas, but at least the entire outline is there. and I can just add a wash of color here, and I think that'll be really pretty. I might as well do another one. I have another piece of canvas here. Anyway, it's going to be just simple stamping today, but I thought you would just enjoy seeing a part of my stamp collection. I think it's fun to see what people have. And there we go. Let's move on to something else. What kind of papers do I have in here that I want to use up? This is a piece of parchment, and I was trying out some new stamps I had gotten from tailor-made journals, but these two were a fail. My fault, not the stamp's fault. So I think this would look pretty on parchment. This is an Anna Griffin design, and Michael's used to carry Anna Griffin stamps. So every time I went to Michael's, I would pick up an Anna Griffin stamp. And I don't go to the craft stores very often because they are half an hour away from my house. So it wasn't like I was buying an Anna Griffin stamp every week. I think I'll just do this in brown. So I have a few. I don't have a ton of Anna Griffin stamps, but I really love them. Oh, that came out quite dark. It's pretty. I like that. So I could ink around the edges of that and just glue it down onto a page or a pocket or something. I think it would be pretty. That one doesn't look bad. I could just cut around that word. So I'm going to cut that down. So I don't want to waste the rest of this parchment. So I'm going to stamp that little floral border. And I can add them to an element. See, I have this little scrap. It's another little heart. This is from Personal Stamp Exchange from 1990. Oh, you know what? Somebody asked me how I clean my stamps. Normally, if they don't have a wood block, I use baby wipes. These are mostly water, 99.9% water, so I figured they didn't have anything that was going to dry the stamp out. So I got those, but I use regular baby wipes too, but I just kind of make sure I wipe off the baby wipe solution so that it doesn't have alcohol that's going to dry out the stamp. But when I use a wood block stamp, I have this contraption. It's a Stamp and Scrub from Stampin' Up. I've had it for years. Used to be able to buy replacement pads. I don't know what they have in their catalog anymore. But sometimes I remove these and just take them to the sink and kind of scrub them under the running water. But you know, they get filled up with ink. This is a water-based stamp cleaner, acid-free, non-toxic, bubblegum scented. that I got at Hobby Lobby. So one surface of this has a little raindrop in the corner, and in this corner there's sunshine. So this is the rain and this is the dry. So you squirt this part and then you clean your stamp on that, and then dry it on this. I'm sorry for my rattly paper trays. So this is what I clean my wooden blocks with. And there are other stamp scrubbers from other companies. I don't normally do that on camera because I usually clean my stamps when I'm done with my session, but someone had asked, so I thought I would show. So I have this little piece. I want to keep that on there because I just think it makes an interesting element. I just need to find something fun to stamp on it. Maybe that. I think it's raining. It's been sprinkling off and on all day today, but I think it's raining now. No, it's crooked. Let's do this side. This is American Crafts Stamp Collection Flourish. I got it at Hobby Lobby quite a while ago. But stamp is on the block crooked. What are you gonna do? It just doesn't take up enough space, I don't think. So I'll probably maybe get out some number stamps or add some rounding the corners. Might have just made it look weird. Just add some of my numbers that I have, just to add something else to it. I just didn't have anything out here that would fill the space in, so I shouldn't have used that piece today. Let's take some of this strip. It is the tape for sealing packages, the kind you have to wet. So I'll just stamp some things on this. Kind of looks like a woodcut, this stamp. I don't know if I told you, but it's Stampin' Up! 2006. I don't know the name of the set. I know it came with other stamps. This one is also Stampin' Up! And I just kind of dropped it down on there. This one doesn't have any markings on it. It came in a little set, and I had to, it was an inexpensive set, and I had to add the rubber to the wood, and I remember having trouble. I think I had a very difficult time peeling the back of this so that I could reveal the sticky part, but I've had these for years and I love them. It goes with this one, and there's some others that go with this set, and I love them so much. I used to use them a lot. So this makes a nice little collection of images that I can cut and use. Got some more parchment here. Let's try this one, this Anna Griffin one. The Anna Griffin stamps were produced by All Night Media. I don't know if they're in business anymore. Ooh, that looks nice. I'm gonna do another one. Her stamps are gorgeous. So much detail. I believe that Anna Griffin does shows on Home Shopping Network, but they're like kits you can buy that you can make cards and scrapbooking pages and stuff. I don't watch them, but I think that's what she does mostly now. Aren't they nice? Look at all that detail. If I cut them out, I'll have that little space there I can use. So I don't know if I finished my thought earlier, but I thought I would, when I want to do a stamping session, I will choose a different drawer and select stamps out of a different drawer, and just, you know, to kind of go through my collection of stamps and make sure I'm using them. So as I'm doing this, I'm not actually putting these stamps into a project, but I'm making it so that they're more likely to go into a project because I've got them already stamped. There's so much in this basket, there's no way I'm going to, you know, come close to even finishing up half of it during these Scrapistry sessions, because I have this weekend and next weekend for my official Scrapistry months. But, you know, I can continue doing this anytime I want to. But my point was, at the end of March, I would, see, I think this one's a little smaller, I would discard some of my scrap collection. Like this basket, I don't want it to be this full. So I'm using up as much as I can during March and February, and then I will just kind of go through and call things that I can just discard and start with a less full basket, because I will want to add more to it. I'm not sure what kind of, I guess it feels like tracing paper. So with these, I could, you know, just kind of tear around the edges and have a little image that I can glue. This is Anna Griffin also. I can just glue it onto a page or onto a pocket or any kind of collage. Want to leave space so that I can tear around them. This one's cute. So I've got some cardstock that I colored on. I'll use this one to stamp some of the stamps. And then I could stamp a little image inside of that if I wanted to. I think this, I might want to just make a journal card out of it. So I'm going to set that aside, and I'll do something different with that another day. With these, I could stamp little things and cut them out. Oh, I can cut words out of this. So the color from here ran through to here, so it just gives them a kind of a speckled look. I like that. So I will just cut those words apart. I'll put a heart on here. I'll put this on this one. This is another really old stamp. Anita's. think this stamp, or this grungy kind of background, would suit this stamp very well. I had my grandsons here. I took them to church this morning because their parents are working. And then I had them here, of course, after church till their mom got out of work. And I brought a friend, one of their friends, with me. And we had lunch, and then we played a silly, silly game called, I like this stamp too, that's Stampin' Up. Quelf is the name of the game, and it makes you do silly things. And it makes you laugh a lot. And I'm just so tired, but I played the first game with them, and our friend Zoe won. And then I left them to it to play another game. And Adam won. But there was a lot of laughter and a lot of silliness. And that was nice to hear. But I was washing dishes and packing orders while they were playing their game. And now the house is quiet. So I decided to have a little stamping session. I'm just going to fill this with hearts and then cut them out, I guess. I love this little Art Deco heart. I told you this one is Personal Stamp Exchange. From MJ Design, so that was a long time ago. 1990. I think I was spraying some ink through stencils to color up some journal pages, and then I just flipped the stencils over onto these scraps of paper to add color to them. Not sure how this will work with this. Looks alright. Now I'm not going to cut around all those little curly cues, but I can cut it closer. Let's cut it and see how it looks. It's not stamped on there straight. I think it looks kind of fun. Take my sweatshirt off. I definitely want to use these scraps with the color on them, because when I go through the box at the end or the basket at the end of the month to get rid of some things, I would keep special pieces like that. It doesn't show up very much. Got a whole bunch of manila pieces, and I like to do numbers and fun things like that on these. So maybe that will be my last weekend of this project. This is, it's got an address on it. Oh, this just came from a box of stuff I bought at a flea market. So this is old, but I like this brown paper. Ooh, lovely. I have this really thick from a file folder or a divider, and I'll probably use some of these with numbers and things too. So I'll wait on those for next week also. This is just a thin paper. Maybe I'll try stamping some pretty blue eyelet on there. That looks pretty. I can glue that onto the edge of something. I think I used this in black. So I'm just going to use these today because I don't want to have to keep getting out that stamp cleaner pad. These are dry. This was from a pack of brush cleaners, like paintbrush cleaners that my mom gave me. So I just use them to dry off my stamps after I wipe them. Okay, so I'm going to use blue. And green. I do have a lot of different Stampin' Up! Ink colors, but I didn't want to have a whole lot of different things on my desk, so I'm just using my archival inks. But I did move the Stampin' Up! Ones closer to me in case I want them. They're right behind my right shoulder here on a stand. Maybe I'll try stamping this one in the green. Oh, that looks really nice. I like that. I'll use green for this one too. Guess I left that one too wet. Look at all those fun things I can cut out. This is just an old envelope. This is a piece of black rubber band that got stuck to it, and it's very dry and broken. But I thought I could use this gorgeously aged envelope paper. Have we used up all the stuff I want to use? Maybe it's time to get some other stamps out. I'll use this magenta one again. Oh, I got on the writing, but that won't even show up once I cut around it. That looks really nice with that aged part right there. And this image is much cleaner than on the canvas when you do it on paper. So I don't want to overlap. And I don't want to get in the writing. So let's see if we can make this work. There's such little room here that I probably would have gotten it up into the writing. Looks like one little edge of the stamp is peeking out. Let's hope it turns out okay. I think that'll be fine. It's just a little bit flat right there. Aren't they lovely? Let's try that in a different color. Are you hanging in there with me while I'm just stamping? I know I'm not doing anything exciting, but are you stamping along with me or doing other craftiness? I did a pretty good job cleaning in my room when I had time here and there this weekend. So all that's left to do after I clean up my mess from today is to vacuum the floor, and I'll be all set for a new week. Isn't that pretty? Oh, I love that. I got the whole stamp. This is a little bit faded right there, but it does have the whole shape. I've got to do another one with that color. Now this will have the seam of the envelope on it, which might be pretty cool. Beautiful. You can see the seam right through the middle of the heart. Wish that broken rubber band wasn't there. Oh, I cut the tip off. That's pretty perfect. I just missed the seam and I got it on there and just missed the rubber band. So I've been communicating with my friend that I haven't seen in a while, and we are making plans to go to a kind of kind of a flea market type of store. It's a big building that has 2 floors. It used to be a J.J. Newberry's store, if you're familiar with that store. And it's in Owego, New York. And I've only ever been there with her. And I've been there twice, I think. And I just haven't seen her in a long time. So we are making plans to make another trip up there. I think we might do it this week, at the end of the week. Today's Sunday. We had made plans for Wednesday, and then I remembered I had another obligation, so I messaged her. And while I was making this video, she messaged back, and I glanced at it, and I think she said that we might be able to do it on Friday, if I'm available Friday. So I'm gonna shoot for that, because the sooner the better. These are just so fun. Cut that one off a little bit. Okay, well, my battery light is flashing. I have to do one more on this piece. So I am going to clean up this mess, and I'll have some images to cut out while I watch TV tonight, if I feel like it. So let's just quickly look at all the stuff I got stamped in this 37, almost 38 minute time slot here. So we did this strip. Cut up, or we stamped on an old envelope. I'm pretty sure that that envelope was from the 20s. I don't know if I'll keep that. I might try to fix it. Canvas. These are stickers. And I'll probably do something else to them. Lots of these magenta hearts. Magenta meaning the stamp name, not the color. Some images on this old piece of paper I can cut out. Love them on the brown paper. Get some of my colored papers. It'll be fun to get these cut out and just have a nice little pile of all of these elements. I can cut those out. Love those. That's what I've done today. So thanks for crafting with me. Let me know what you were doing along with me. It's always fun for me to know. And I don't know what I'm going to do next. Not sure what journal I'm going to start next. I have several waiting. I just don't know which one I will turn to next and when I will start it, because I really do want to continue focusing on organization and cleaning out. So this craft room is done as far as organizing. I have to make some labels. But I have the office room and the little alcove. There's a bookshelf that's like between these two rooms. So I still have some work to do for organizing, but we're getting there. I think that the office space should be a lot faster than this room, so should be done before long. I do have a little bit more destash stuff from what I've done as far as organizing and cleaning out, so you can watch for that. and I will see you very soon. Have a creative day today. Bye-bye.